Hi guys, my name is Haven. If you are new here, I would love it if you would subscribe, and if you're returning here, then thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate you. So I was at the drugstore the other day, and I stopped dead in my tracks because I saw a foundation that was a holy grail of mine for years, and it turns out they amped it up, and they have actually made a new formula. And what I'm talking about is the Revlon Color Stay. Now they have one called Full Cover, and it's in this plastic packaging. And the reason this has so much meaning to me is because the first foundation I ever used in my entire life was Revlon Color Stay. I was about 15 years old, and I loved it so much that I used it literally probably till I was about 23. So I actually used that for 8 years before I ever touched another foundation. I've always been a huge creature of habit, and so that one I pretty much took and ran with it, definitely. So I had to pick this up immediately, and I knew that I had to have at least an extra of my old formula, and so I was able to find this in my drawer, and this is what the original Revlon Color Stay looks like. Yep, it's a little beat up. We got some dust on the edge and everything. I mean, this is definitely not a new product, I'll tell you that right now. This one is the color Golden Beige, and this one is the color Buff. So I think they're going to be similar. How crazy is it that they changed the packaging completely? I mean, this is a glass cylinder, and this is a plastic squeeze tube. And one thing I never liked about the original is that you had to actually pour it out, so there's no pump or anything, you have to pour it. But they did keep the 24-hour thing going on, so that's still on both packages. And so what we're going to do today is I'm basically going to do a side-by-side comparison. So I'm going to be putting the new product, the full cover, on this side, and then I'm going to be putting my old school Revlon Color Stay on this side. And we're going to come back in after 8 hours and see how things looked. I know that I was always a big fan of this one, so let's see what they've done. Something else I've noticed is this one says it's for combination and oily skin, and this one says it's a matte formula. So they're not going to be the exact same formula, but I'm just really curious about the difference. I want to know what they did to change it. So let's just swatch both of these for now. I just want to see. This is going to be annoying. I hate a pour out bottle, you guys. I'm not a fan. Okay, so this is the original Revlon Color Stay. As you can see, it's, you know, pretty thin. I mean, just your average foundation, whatever. I think that color is a little bit dark, but I think we're going to deal with it. And then now, just to see what the consistency is, let's go ahead and swatch this one. It's the Color Stay Full Cover in Buff, and of course I just mentioned that's the matte formula. Let's see how different the formula is. I'm very curious. Oh wow, looks like soft serve. Holy shit, guys, that's really thick. That's completely different. Oh my gosh, look how much that oxidized already on my hand. When I was 15 to 23, I had no idea what that meant. Look how freaking thick this is. Okay, this is going to be very close to my color. Oh no, you guys, I'm not going to be able to do a side-by-side with that. That sucks. So this feels like a whipped mousse, and this one just feels like nothing exciting. I'm dying over how much it oxidized. That's like 3 shades in 3 minutes. Holy crap. Bummer. Let me go see in my collection really quickly if I have another old Revlon Color Stay. I'll be right back. Okay, well, that sucks. I don't have a new one. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and apply these and hope for the best. I mean, I really don't know how it's going to look because how much it oxidized is like unbelievable. I think it's funny. I never picked up on that before. But I'm just going to go ahead and prime really quickly. I'm going to use number 7 Airbrush Away. And I'll just prime that face. I don't know if you guys have tried this, but oh my god. It is really high on the top of my list for primers. Love. So what I would like to do is go ahead and start out with the new formula. I'm most excited to try this. This shit's like expired. I don't even know. Does it have an expiration date? I have no idea. I just know that I've had this for definitely over a year, I'll tell you that. And that's saying it lightly. Okay, so we're just putting on the full cover first. We're going to apply it to this side of the face. And I'm going to use a little because I feel like that is, I don't know, I feel like a little goes a long way. But let's just go ahead and smooth it into the skin on this side only. Didn't use enough. This is a very thick formula. It feels very moussey. It feels so much like mousse. That's the only word that comes to mind. I'm going to go ahead and smooth it in a little bit with my kabuki brush. Wow, I just saw that I had a booger on my nose. Sorry if you guys were looking at that the whole time. Jeez. Okay, so this is the new formula. I'm digging it. I mean, I think the coverage is there compared to this side, which I have nothing on but primer. Okay, so that is the new formula on this side. And now we're going to hop in with the old formula on this side and hope to God that we don't look orange, which I have a feeling we might. But whatever. It's always just an experiment. That's what we're doing, and that's the fun of it. This is annoying. Maybe don't likey. I did it for so many years and I had no problem with it. This is okay. I'm gonna have to get a little violent with it. I can't get it out. Is there anything in there? Oh yeah, there's a little bit coming. Come on. This is why I don't like pouring foundations, because they don't pour. I'm sticking this in. I'm gonna actually fish it out. Okay, there we go. We fished it out. Let's just add this on this side of my face. Gosh, the formula is so thin compared to the other side. Goodness, they're like night and day. I thought for sure they'd be like similar. One is so thick that I can actually take the swatch and put it upside down. It doesn't move. The other one is like a freaking thin liquid. Okay, so let me go ahead and smooth this side in. Okay, so this is post concealer. There's nothing else on here but primer and foundation. This is the full cover side, the new formula. This is the original formula. Let me just feel the finish. Like when it dries down, it feels similar. And I'm gonna say right now, the color doesn't even look that different. On my hand, it absolutely blew my mind. It was night and day. This isn't that bad. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and toss on some concealer. I've been trying to do concealer how you guys do it, and that's after foundation. It's just a transition for me. I'm not used to it. So I'm just going to go in with the Kylie Jenner concealer in the shade Bone, and I'm just going to lightly place this under my eyes. Tell you guys, I think Kylie's concealer is officially truly one of my favorite concealers I've ever used. I am thinking about doing a video of testing out Kim Kardashian West concealer with Kylie concealer, like doing one on each side and then doing a wear test at the end of the day. I've been throwing a few ideas out there, so I might actually do that one because I think it'll be like sister against sister or whatever. It might be fun. Anyway, so before we get any creasing going on, I'm going to hop in with my Dermablend powder, and we're going to bake under those eyes. Of course, lightly dust it along the face. I think this color Bone, the Kylie concealer Bone, I think it's a little bit light for me. But the real color I've been using is Gypsum, and I used it so much that I ran out. So that was actually my second one that I got. So Gypsum is definitely what's up as far as the color goes. This just seems a little bit light. I'm going to go smudge up my lower lash line. I'm going to throw on some bronzer, blush, highlight, and a lip. And I'll come back and I'll show you guys the finished look, and then of course I'll come back at the end of the day and we'll do a side-by-side wear test. So I will be right back. Okay guys, so this is my official finished look. I did throw on some Kylie in the color Angel for my lips, and just a few, you know, staples that I've been using lately. But that's not what we're talking about. We are talking about the two foundations I'm wearing. So just to remind you, this is what I have on this side and this is what I have on this side. So I just want to zoom you guys in. And I definitely love the finish and the coverage of the new formula. And I'm not going to sit here and lie. I think the old formula is still holding up as well. I think the application is a little bit different as far as like the consistency of the formula and whatnot. The finish looks the same. I mean, the real test will be at the end of the day, but I'm excited to see the difference. I want to see if they really amped up their formula and you know, what exactly is different. So I know this one is going to be matte formula, and this is combination slash oily skin formula, which tells me it might have a little bit of matte in it as well. But whatever, let's just test it out. So this is one side with the full cover, and this is the other side with the old school color stay. So I will see you guys in about 6 to 8 hours, and we will check it out and see which side held up best. So I'll see you then. Okay guys, so it's been about 6.5 hours since I first applied both foundations. Your girl got a little lazy and took down her background wall and Sorry, doesn't look as pretty as before, but I think we'll live. We're just trying to get the, the finished thoughts of these two items. If you're not familiar, this is the side I used the old school version on, and this is the side that I used the new stuff on. So, just to give you an up close and personal look. Okay, so this is the old school side. I gotta say, it did not oxidize like I had pictured, but I feel like it kind of broke up here in the nooks and crannies of my nose, and it also definitely settled into my expression line, and definitely the other one did as well, but that's something I always have a huge issue with. So this is the old school. I think I have food on my face. Earlier I had a booger, now I have food. But yeah, so this is the full cover side. I have to say, I really think looks a little bit more mattifying, which would make sense because it was listed as matte. And as far as the nooks and crannies, it looks a little bit more of a smoother transition. Like it doesn't seem like it completely wiped off. But all in all, I have to say, I am a fan of Revlon Color Stay. I think the new formula definitely has some perks. I like that it's thick. I like that you can squeeze it out instead of pour. I like that it's considered matte and not just for combo skin. And I don't know, I think I'm just definitely a fan of the newer one. So if you look at me kind of far away, you can't really see much of a difference. But I will say, the fact that it did not oxidize like it did on my hand, surprise your girl. But anyway, so let me know what you guys thought of this video in the comments, or if you see any differences whatsoever. And also let me know if you're a fan of Color Stay, or if you've ever tried it before. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you very soon. Bye!